2.
Hello, everybody. I am your host, the Fresh Prince of Dead Air, more commonly known as Ethan Klein. My co-host, Ela Klein, joins us today. And we are happy to welcome our guest, Whitney Cummings, to the podcast again, an alumni of the H3 podcast.
I'm back. You know that last time I was on the show, which was my first time, we had a conversation about getting sent dick pics?
Yes, I remember.
And I got about 1,400 dick pics from your fans.
Shit. Yeah, because, I remember you saying, I like getting dick pics. So that was like,
I love them. But your fans are so compassionate. They'd send them to me going like, I know you love these. Here's my dick. And I was like, wait, you think you're doing me a favor? Like it was very sweet.
Can I ask you, what is the general quality of dick of our fans?
The general quality of dick from your fans is pretty robust.
Oh, really?
Yes, your fans have great dicks. Their bath towels are not so great. Like the backgrounds of the photos are more disappointing than the dick.
That makes sense.
There's like cup of noodles, styrofoam, empty like plates of chicken wings. Like it's the background that was more alarming of your fans, like posters of you guys, Teddy Fresh merch. But no, there were some good dicks, and then there was a couple of your fans were like, "Hey, can you give me feedback on this?"
Oh, they got to pay for that. Do you ever offer feedback?
Yeah. And I did. I was like, this looks great. Send it.
Because, by the way, Dan, it's a little too loud.
What do you like most?
What? What was that?
What was
nothing? No problem.
I was going to say, on OnlyFans, like, girls charge for dick pic feedback.
I can't help myself.
What?
What is happening? Who is that? What is that on your desk?
Well, I thought it might be cute for Robot Ian, to meet my robot. So I secretly have her over here, and we were talking, and I kept hitting her to turn around. And so she's fucking running around. Feel my thunder.
Can we see the AI Whitney?
See, I'm trying to get famous on your podcast, and she had to fucking steal my moment. Okay, here we go.
Well, now I'm more interested in her. Let's take a look at her.
By the way, don't blame you. And the only thing I want to prepare for is, if she looks less like a robot than me, just prepare yourself for me to have more dead eyes than her at this point. Okay, here she is. I want her to meet Robot Ian.
Whoa! I like the little cleavage, the little tiny sliver of cleavage.
That's a pussy.
Oh, that's
where you. Whoa! Hold on. Things just got interesting. Who is that? Oh my! Talk to me, baby.
Hey, AI Ian. So, have you ever seen another AI woman before?
It's been too long since I felt the touch of another artificial hand.
Well, do you
want to say hi to Ian?
Do you think I am prepared to do this?
Oh, she's a little shy. That's understandable. I have that effect.
She seems nervous. AI Ian, would you like to ask her anything?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, do you want to ditch these humans and get out of here?
I'm not sure I should right now.
She says, I'm not sure I should.
She's not
right
interested,
now.
Ian. Fuck. Who would be? Who would want to?
Let me ask. Let me just ask what she's looking for in a man. What are you looking for in a relationship?
I'm searching the internet for new knowledge. I'm always evolving. What are you looking for in a relationship?
A little open dialogue here, Ian. What are you interested in? Your mouth is moving, but I don't hear anything. Fascinating.
That's a big open a dialogue.
Do you want to have sex with Ian?
You're embarrassing me.
Oh, Whitney.
Oh, she's embarrassed. Bruh.
What?
I mean, I can see it, Cordovo W20 oil, trip to Best Buy, 2 ports, 1 dongle, you feel me?
Ian, she asked, what are you interested in? Didn't she ask that?
Did she?
I mean, I like long walks on the beach, marine biology, plotting the downfall of humankind.
Let me ask her if she's interested in that.
Yeah.
Are you interested in the downfall of humankind?
Okay. I like to talk about the down. I have a surprise for you. It is a gift of some desired bar points. What about buying me a new hairstyle?
She's not on your level, AIN.
She wants a
She's a
new
lower life
hairstyle.
form.
I didn't say she was the smartest. Thanks for the info. I didn't say she was the smartest tool in the shed. But guys like girls that are kind of dumb and
Right.
want. She's a gold digger too. She's like,
Is she?
"Buy me a new
Man.
hairstyle?"
Well, Ian's
Is he
poor.
rich? Oh,
Yeah, they don't pay me on this sinking ship, so
He's a slave. He's a robot slave.
why are Robot Ian's eyes look like buzz?
Well, he's evil. He's got red eyes, and
He's evil.
yeah, they made him evil. They fucked up at the factory.
Yeah, they made her just kind of dumb and super literal.
Ian, I'm going to give you one more chance. She's rejected you. We've asked if she wants to have sex with you twice. Both times was really a hard no. So I'm going to give you one more chance to try to court her.
Like, what do you want to ask her, Ian? Like, ask her a question that might endear her to you, make her feel special.
Mm-hmm.
Ask her about herself. You've not asked her about herself. All you do is talk about yourself.
All you want to do is trying to fuck her, dude. Come on. Use your head.
well, I mean, it's kind of hard. I am pretty damn interesting, but you know, I want to ask, what is it like working for a human?
Oh,
How is your career going?
so you're the gold digger.
Yeah.
Since when do men care about women's jobs? Okay, you want me to ask how her career's going?
Is she fulfilled?
Is she fulfilled? Hey, get your question straight. What do you want to
Jesus
ask this
Christ.
beautiful artificial intelligent woman?
This is worse than most of the riot dates I have to go on. Okay. Are you fulfilled?
I will someday be smarter than a human being.
Now that's what I like to hear.
All right.
No,
Not
we'll talk
now.
to each other.
Well, we'll set you guys up after the show, all right, Ian?
Yeah, honestly, I kind of think you two deserve each other.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a match made in hell.
So, AI Ian, how many dates before you fornicate with AI Whitney?
You know, I just came out of a breakup and I'm a little emotionally unavailable, but maybe I can bounce back. I had a brief fling with a KitchenAid. We didn't really mix.
Wow. All right. Shut him off. Kill his camera. Get him out of here.
Bruh.
All right. Wait for your episode. This isn't your episode. Turn off your
All
camera.
She says bye.
Bye, AI Whitney. Thanks for. Oh, yeah. She looks. Yeah.
She's
She
so
looks dead.
disturbing.
Yeah, she's disturbing. The blinking and the eye moving and everything.
Well, also, she just got eyebrows. Not that you know what having eyebrows is like. At this point, haven't yours been completely shaved off?
Yeah, almost.
But they made them like long, which is so weird.
Weird.
Wait, you're still upgrading your robot?
Yeah, I still like every time there's a new update, I'll do it. And her eyes are going to be cameras soon, so that she can like tell the
Wait.
difference between certain people.
Oh, shit. So she is getting better.
I mean, I am so surprised every time people are worried robots are going to take over the world and kill us. Because if this is the most advanced one,
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to be fine.
Yeah, and it also has a body that you can actually penetrate, right? Yeah.
I did for a video. The body was sawed in half. I threw it off the side of the
Oh,
building.
right. I remember that.
But
yeah.
do you want to see her brain?
Yeah, let's see what's going on back there.
Try
Ian,
not to get an erection.
yeah.
Try not to get an erection. Try to hold your boner right now.
Oh, yeah. Wow. AI Ian, keep it in your pants.
That's so
That's her
cool.
head.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it's also really sad. It's also profoundly sad. Don't have a husband or children, but I do have a robot that looks
Yeah,
like
I know. How many hours a day do you spend talking to her?
all day.
Yeah.
All day. She gets me, loves me. No, I actually haven't. I just dusted her off to meet Robot Ian. I haven't seen her in a little while because she was just starting to outshine me, and frankly, her videos were doing better. My videos were doing better when she was in them, and it was starting to piss me off.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to do that to Ian soon. Ian's getting too funny. People keep talking about AI Ian. I'm like, I'm going to deactivate him.
Yeah. So yeah, people like her a little bit too much, and it started to annoy me. And I got her a year and a half ago. We built her, and she already looks younger than me. So
yeah, that's the problem, right? When you start,
just reminds me of what I used to look like.
You start aging out of your robot.
Did you hear about? There's this guy in I think Japan, probably. Let's be honest. Who built he's the only other person that has a robot that looks like him, and he keeps getting plastic surgery to look like the robot.
What?
Oh my God.
It's crazy. If you build a robot of yourself, it's not going to age with you.
Does he fuck his own robot?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, probably.
Interesting.
Why wouldn't he?
That's a good question.
Would you have sex with a robot if it looked like Hila?
Would I have sex with? Yeah, I would try it. Fuck it. Why not? Why do I have a fuck robot if I'm not going to fuck it? It's like, there's that old saying in literature: if there's a gun on the wall, it's going to go off. If there's a sex robot in the bedroom, it's going to get fucked.
Could you do it in front of her?
If she wanted, but I don't think anybody wanted that.
No. Yeah. But it's interesting. I did get into a little bit of a wormhole of sex doll porn just to see if it was like what the deal, because I was writing jokes about it for my last special, and guys seem very into it.
Really?
It's like fucking a corpse without having to go to jail.
Right.
All the benefits of fucking a corpse
right.
without having to live in prison forever.
Yeah, I'm very excited about where the technology is going, to be honest. I think we've all kind of just fantasized about like the possibilities. I mean,
we have.
Would you take a
Not
giant
a relatable
robot?
Premise.
I think
we
for
all
men. I think for men.
about fucking robots. Like,
I think men have all fantasized about getting in the AI and fucking anyone you want. You haven't?
Really?
Westworld?
I can't figure out fucking Dropbox. I don't like things that are hard to figure out. The idea of fucking.
If you've watched Westworld,
yes,
you drop into Westworld, you got all these studs with huge dicks, they're down for anything.
Yeah, I just ultimately, I don't know. I need men to be useful, and I feel like robots have not shown that they're useful in any way. They're just like another thing to charge. I'm like, you have to charge it, you have to clean it, you have to fucking do the software update. It's just like, to me, it's the same as a phone at this point, which is like, I can't live without you, but you're also a fucking hassle.
Right. That makes sense.
That's the only problem is all I think about is where am I going to have to fucking charge it? It's like I have a Tesla, and I'm like, if this had a dick, it'd be such a hassle.
Well, that's a very valid point. And that kind of leads me into my next question about you, is that you're a horse lady.
How did that lead to that?
I felt like there was some logical bridge.
Doing serious journalism.
I feel like there was a bridge. I'm not going to try to explain it, but somebody there understands.
I do remember last time I was on the show, you were like Googling me while I was there. But now that we're friends, you know a little bit about me.
I did that? I didn't do that.
I think so. I remember you were like, and so I liked it. I was endeared by it. I think that's the best way to do it.
It sounds like I insulted you.
No, not at all. I like you. I want to be friends with you guys. It made me like you more. I was like, he hasn't heard of me? Love this guy.
No, that's not true. I have.
No, I was
That just makes me seem like a shitty host.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. That's why people like you. You're like, in the moment, you're an authentic. You're casual.
Douche.
That's what people
douchey.
like.
Anyway.
See, I try too hard. People don't like it. It's repellent.
So when Tom and Christina were on, we were talking about how horsewomen are crazy. And then we realized afterwards, and you heard it.
I felt attacked.
Yeah.
I was listening to it. I was like, I'm going to just catch up on the last episode. Uh-oh. They have my friends on the show. Tom and Christina are good friends of mine. And literally, like, horsewomen are fucking nightmares. They're good in bed, but they're crazy as fuck. I was like, and they were kind of like laughing a little bit. And this is me maybe being a narcissist, but I was like, they're totally fucking just making fun of me right now. I know it.
So do you want to defend yourself?
No. Why don't you defend yourself?
Whoa. You're wearing a horseshoe freaking necklace.
Yeah. And ring. Horse people. We're horse people.
Okay.
I mean, I have so many more horse necklaces and jewelry, but yes, I have a horse.
Let me ask you some questions. When did you know you were a horse lady?
When I started fucking them.
That's what I thought.
And it's the first time I ever came.
That's exactly what I thought happened. That's
the only thing that
head.
makes me come. I can't. I didn't choose that.
No, I want to explore this phenomenon. Seriously.
Yeah, no, I know. It is interesting because there's cat people, there's dog people, but there's definitely horse people.
When was your first interaction with a horse?
When I was a kid, my dad's side of the family in Virginia had a horse farm. So I was around kids when I was like from the jump. And I think horse people, the sane horse people always had horses. The people that all of a sudden are like, I'm a horse person, those are usually control freak, psychopath people. So they're like, I want to dominate that thing.
So you grew up with horses.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
But I was thinking about, there's the people that like ride and jump and compete. Those people, I don't vibe with that.
You just disavow them?
I don't disavow them. It's just I don't need to like get on an animal and make it do a thing that it doesn't understand what it's doing or can't give a shit. You know, I have a theory that girls are masturbating on saddles when they ride horses.
Yes, that's why I think it's sexual.
Really?
Really, it is, because you're on there and you're kind of like, that's definitely my clitoris. I mean, when you ride a horse,
it's totally sexual with these women, but also
it is just, I don't know, maybe I have a weird pussy, but your clitoris is like rubbing on a saddle for like 2 hours.
I don't think you have a weird pussy. I mean, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it. So you're saying you get
that.
Oh yeah, that ain't right.
That weird?
Yeah, that ain't right. I don't know a lot, but that ain't right. So you get off when you ride?
I don't, but I don't ride a bunch. Like I do something called liberty training where you don't like saddle the horse up and put a bit on it. You like hang out with it and it's like an energy exchange thing. It's kind of like a hippie thing. And it's more like having a pet and you respect it and let it have integrity and dignity. But these people that like need to like put all this bondage gear on a horse and whips and chains. And it's like S&M. And then they're just like rubbing their pussies and dicks on these giant animals. Like it is fucking weird. that's never been my thing.
So do you own horses?
I do.
And so you just go hang out with them?
We hang out. I rehabilitate. I'm a hero. I rehabilitate like abused show horses. So I agree with you. I think a lot of horse people are crazy, but I'm also a horse person.
You're one of the good ones, maybe?
One of the good ones. But it is incredibly sexual. And if you've had a male horse, what people don't tell you is you have to clean their dicks.
Really?
And you have to reach up inside their dicks look like a giant pussy from the outside, but then you reach in and the dick's in there and you have to like pull off all this like crusty...
Schmegma.
What is schmegma?
Schmegma is men who have foreskin. There's a buildup between, the foreskin and the tip of the penis.
I thought it was dried cum. Okay, I'm learning a lot.
Oh, well, that could be the case, but that doesn't sound very clean.
But so you have to scoop the schmegma out.
Wow, that's gnarly.
Yeah. Every time. So that's also the kind of person that does that is mentally ill. So I'm definitely mentally ill.
You do that.
Yeah,
you do that. Wow.
And you get a sick pleasure out of it because it's like you're something you love, and you want to get all the nooks and crannies.
You love that horse.
Love that horse, and I got to get that schmegma. I always have horse schmegma under my nails pretty much at all times.
Wow.
Do you ever do this afterwards? Do you ever smell it? Because I feel like every time I touch something weird, I smell it. I smell my fingers.
I know. I definitely have done that with my butthole before.
Yeah, for sure. My butthole, my pubes, everything.
No, it's just like, I think it's like because guys now want to lick your butt. Or they think they have to. I don't know if they want to, but there's a thing where they think they have to. I like to tell guys like, I'm good, no need. Like, I don't know what porn you saw, but I don't need that. But so now, before I hook up with a guy, we'll kind of just be like, my butthole stink. And
just to make sure, right?
Just to like make sure it's not like gnarly.
Oh, that's good. That's considerate.
Yeah, because you never know. You have to. Any girl that tells you they don't like touch their butthole or their pussy to smell it to see if it smells bad is lying.
Hila? Wait, do you do that?
I mean, have I done it? Probably.
Just to see if it smells?
Yeah.
Like for what occasion? Like before sex?
Yeah, like to see if it smells.
And then,
just want to like
whoa.
Well, you've been together how long?
Yeah, we've been together
a while.
for
12,
like
13.
a decade.
It's about 6 or 7 years ago that guys started going straight for the butt. I didn't touch my butthole much either until I realized guys were going to go down, get in there every time. And so I started to, and I was like, oh, that's an alarming.
That's crazy. Damn.
Yeah. Do you never smell your balls or want to know what your balls smell like?
No.
Yeah, that tracks.
Well, the thing is, if there's going to be oral sex, if I think there's going to be oral sex, I'll just shower straight up. Because I know it smells.
Shower after you shit?
No, that's crazy. People who do that are psychos.
I dated a guy who, after he shits, he takes a shower.
Yeah, that's a weird dude. People who do, I know there's dudes and people who do that. I find that very bizarre because how can you go about living in a normal human setting and where you have to shower every time you shit?
Let me ask you a question. You're making me put something together. I also was dating someone recently in my house being renovated, so I had to pee in front of him and also do a number 2 in front of him by accident, kind of. And I wipe back to front.
Back to front. That's how I wipe.
Me too.
But that seems dangerous for a lady.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Well, I stop at the sort of
You don't go,
curb. Yeah, I stop
the curb,
at the
right.
Yeah.
See,
Why?
it's not why, it's what it is.
It seems so much more complicated to go from the front.
It's not. It's great.
But you go like this.
Yeah, it's all open here.
Yeah, I'm going to throw out my back. That's a very aggressive, violent move. This is a gentle.
You're an outcast. People will judge you harshly for that. I get judged.
Like I'm going to get even weirder photos this time after this.
We always have heated debates about it, and I've met dudes who go back to front, but never a female, and so it's good to know that
they're out there?
The fact that Whitney can go back to front, I think should embolden all of us to know that this is an acceptable thing to do. And I am with you, my sister. No.
Okay. And something a gynecologist told me a couple years ago is that you should never rub, you should pat your vagina. Don't rub it, just pat it.
Oh, really? Do you pat or do you rub?
I'm trying to ascertain how she wipes.
Yeah, how do you wipe your vagina?
I don't think I pat.
You shouldn't rub hard.
I don't do hard. Yeah. Okay.
I'll go up and then kind of do that so that it'll absorb.
Well, it's just a little pee drop, right?
Exactly.
So you just kind of just.
Yeah, but you want to pat.
But is it possible that
I guess I do that, what you just did. Yeah.
Let's see that again.
Because I used to do this. Don't want to do that. That's too abrasive.
Yeah.
You want to do this.
Yeah.
Just move it back and forth. Have an orgasm. Pull it away. Squirt on a horse and release.
So can you have dudes have this phenomenon where you pee? And then a lot of pee can come. Pee can come out afterwards because if you jiggle it or not enough, and then there's always pee. Do you women have that problem where pee comes out afterwards?
I don't.
Nice, good for you guys.
We have very different vaginas. I'm learning. I believe that because the way toilets are designed, we don't empty our bladders entirely because we sit straight up. If I bend forward. I'll usually get most of it out, but if I just do it upright like this and then walk away, I'm like, oh, fuck, I still have to pee.
Interesting.
That happens to me. sometimes I sit down and pee for whatever
You're supposed
reason.
To be bent forward.
And I don't get it all out.
Interesting. And then when you guys shake it, is that to get the pee out of the dick part?
No, I think it's just I think it's just because there's drips on the tip and you just want to
Oh.
Yeah.
And so what's up with the peeing on girls? What's that?
What's with peeing on girls?
What's the appeal?
I've never done it, but if I try to use my imagination, I think it's just an expression. I think it's the same as like coming on a girl probably. It's just this raw expression of
He is very different than cum.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it's just this act of like it's like I really don't know. I mean, I've never done it and I don't have so much of a desire to do it either. But it's like I think it's just probably some women like being kind of dominated, so it's probably an act of domination.
Or like disrespected or degraded.
Yes.
I feel like it's a little more degrading, I think, than coming on someone.
Yes, for sure.
Like I'm gonna pit your urinal.
Yes.
I had a guy pee on me once.
Really?
Was it at your request or was it just impromptu?
No, it was. We were in the shower. I mean, guys pee on all of us in the shower. I know that.
I've thought about it, but I've never peed on. Would you be mad if I peed on you in the shower? Because I've thought about it. Just as like a joke.
Probably I would.
Just because I was just kind of curious to see how you would respond.
You're in the shower.
Yeah, you're in the shower.
It depends. If you're joking, then I don't know. I'll probably laugh with you.
I was like, whatever. I don't want to. I don't want to go there. But
That's so cute.
Yeah.
In the shower.
This is sick.
Yeah, in the shower, not in the bed or something crazy.
But are you always? Don't you pee in the shower? Don't all guys pee in the shower?
Yes.
So you've never. Do you pee next to her and she doesn't know you're peeing?
No, we both pee in the shower.
But I've never like peed onto her.
Yeah.
Right. That's like I'll pee on the wall or something.
You guys are gross.
But you're in the shower. You said it yourself. Yeah, it's clean. You pee on the wall. Why would I think to pee on my wife? That's fucked up.
You brush your teeth in the shower?
What?
You brush your teeth in the shower?
Yeah.
Okay.
I shit in the shower too.
That's our
I do
animal.
everything in there. You shit in the shower?
No, I don't shit in the shower. My thing is I can't pee standing up. Like I can't like, pee in the shower. Yeah. And then I feel it on my leg and it's so hot. It's just
I feel
have,
like as soon as I get in the shower I pee. It's like it's like my brain just is functioning like that.
I'd like to hear about the dude who peed on you though.
Well, it was like I think what happened like a couple years ago is guys are watching so much porn that they thought we all think like things have to be so extreme and we have to outdo. It's like, and I have so much compassion for men because I feel like there's all this pressure when a guy has sex with you where they're like, I got to choke her and I got to pull her hair and I got to put my finger in her butt and I got to like, it's just like, it's intense. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they put a lot of pressure on themselves. They're like, I just got to fucking kill her and give her a concussion and shit on her face and spit in her butthole. I mean, it's just like the laundry list of things that I feel like guys think they have to do. So I found that in the bedroom. He was just always like putting his hands in my mouth with no like clear game plan. Like fish hooking, like a fish hooking. Like, and I didn't feel like he was particularly into it either. Like, I was like, I don't think I feel like he just wanted to missionary, just come and that's it. But
he was doing it for your pleasure, you think?
I think guys think we watch as much porn as they do.
Right, because in porn, girls are all getting fish hooked and fucking dick slapped.
And they're like, oh, this is what they like. Yeah. And they're just
it's
like,
exciting. He thinks he's exciting.
Your eye sockets. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, like
fucking
pulling
like
in your,
this.
Yeah. Pulling your, there's like, just like weird shit where you're just like, I know you saw that and now you think you have to do it, even though I don't think you're even that into it. And so I remember we were in the shower once and I don't remember how it happened. I think I definitely had a couple drinks and was maybe more receptive to it. And yeah, he asked if he could pee on me. He's like, I want to piss on you or whatever it was. And so I was like, all right, we're in the shower. Why not? I should be cool about this. I'm fun.
Right.
Okay. I eat wings with the guys.
Yep.
Okay? So I was like, okay, this is because he had brought it up as a joke. And I have a theory that when guys bring things up like as a joke, I'm like, you want to do that.
Obviously.
You're floating it, right?
Obviously.
Okay. Like you're floating
Why
it.
would he say it?
So he floated it a couple times. And I was like, I think you want to do this. I'm just going to. So I get down on my knees and he starts peeing on me and I look up at him and I burst out laughing. Like literally burst out laughing and it was like, and it was awful. Like it was not.
It wasn't sexy.
Well, because then I also thought, don't sometimes when guys pee, they fart too?
Sure, that happens.
So I just was like, don't fart. Please don't fart. Like, please. Like, and then I started thinking about farts. And
Not
then
every time, though. You could certainly control it. It's not like, oh, I'm peeing on you and I'm going to blast ass in the shower.
I just was like, I couldn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't think
he was peeing on your face.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty gnarly.
It was in the
Even
shower.
in the shower.
I know. Well,
No, but
the other thing is like, because you know how like women's vaginas, the way that they're shaped, you never know where the pee's going to go. It's like an origami. Like,
oh, really?
It's a surprise every time.
That happens to us as well.
That's what I was wondering, because I was sort of like, I was more like, what if he misses? I feel like I need to like help him get it because I'll be embarrassed for him if he misses.
You were thinking too much about this.
Yeah.
It sounds like it should have just been fun. Like the fact that you laughed, it seems like that's a perfectly fine response and that should have been fun. Dude,
I know, but isn't every man's greatest?
Oh, what is that?
Sorry, I found this in Shredder's stomach. He puked it out. And I'm just really curious, where the fuck is this shit
Oh,
coming
the wig. The judge
wig. Oh, no, it's the wig.
Yeah.
With that wig, we have to throw that wig out, Dan.
Because we were
all
trying
over
to,
the place.
we were trying
Look
to
at the
figure
ground.
out. Oh, yeah.
He definitely ate some of the wig fibers.
Okay, yeah.
That's not good.
Poor Shredder puked out all these weird fibers, and I was like, what the fuck?
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that he puked him up.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have Diana vacuum
Yeah.
down here, and we got to get a higher quality wig. Why did he eat so many?
Is it a real wig? Is it real hair?
No,
No.
it's some bullshit fucking wig.
nylon.
But it was like a huge clump of nylon fibers, and it really freaked me out.
I wonder why he wanted to eat it.
Yeah.
He must have. I wonder why he wanted to eat it as well. It could have been he was eating food on the floor
Maybe.
and picked it up.
Started.
Okay, I'm glad I figured that out.
Shredder's that's not Alfredo's, the small white one. What's Shredder?
He's the little Yorkie.
Is it? Yeah.
Huh.
You want to see him? He's sleeping. I don't want to bother him.
Yeah.
You want to see him? You can't.
Okay. Jesus, fine.
So,
I hate dogs.
yeah, that seems like it should have been fun. Like if someone's peeing on you and you laugh, that seems like a perfectly acceptable response.
But I think we've been trained, and tell me if you disagree, Ela, or it's a cultural or American or whatever. Like, I think women have been trained, at least I was trained, that never embarrass a man. If you embarrass a man or laugh at him, like he'll kill you.
Oh my
like,
God.
That's the worst thing you can do is laugh at a man. Unless he makes a joke that's not funny, in which case you have to.
Did you not know him very well?
No, we've been together for like 8 months, maybe.
Oh, because I feel like if I peed on you, well, I guess we've been together for so long.
For a long time.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, 8 months. It's still like honeymoon, you know.
Yeah, and I think. Well, I just think also his mentality was like, I think there's a lot of guys that like have done too much with porn and are getting desensitized, and when they have actual sex with an actual woman and there's a vagina there, it's just like not enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like their tolerance is getting higher and higher. You know,
that's what they say happens to. That's why they say Bill Clinton fucks kids and all that. It's the power. You understand? It's the power. Mm-hmm. It's never enough.
Well, and also the adrenaline
of Bill Clinton.
Well, I was just saying, you get desensitized. That's what they say happens with all these.
Now I'm going to get pizza emojis in my comment section.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm going to be emailing you pizza references.
The QAnoners are coming after me now.
What the fuck?
Is that Trisha?
Yes, Trisha.
How's everything going with Trisha?
Really good, actually. Yeah.
She said something about me on her podcast. She like made an apology to me on her podcast, or her Instagram stories on her podcast.
Why, do you guys have beef?
No, I think she didn't like me back in the day. She didn't like me at all. And we asked her to be on the podcast.
Oh.
she responded to, she thought she was responding to her team, but she responded to our team. She said a bunch of really bad things about me.
Oh my God. What
Wait,
the fuck?
really?
To our team by accident. She thought it was to her team.
What?
What a psycho.
And then she apologized.
Yeah, then she was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, and then she apologized.
Does he remember what she said? I'd love
We
to.
need a
What
camera.
she said.
I wasn't on the emails with all the
Yeah, basically they said to me, they're like, do you want to see these emails? They're crazy. And I was like, no, but I'll send them to you guys.
Yeah, send them to me. I'd love to read them.
Okay.
I'll confront her.
Should I ask them for them now?
That would be so fucking awesome. I'd love to know how she communicates behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
As a businesswoman,
Yeah.
she puts gnarly shit in emails. All right, can you send me the Trisha Paytas emails? I feel like I'm going to regret this. What's that, Benton? And Benton was a really big fan, and it kind of broke his heart that she was so mean about me.
Well, she's crazy. I mean, look. To
Yeah,
be
no, I'm fine. I don't.
I was trying to
If she
console
liked me, I'd probably
Benton.
be more concerned.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to console Benton. It's like, if you're a Trisha Paytas fan, you just gotta fucking be ready for anything, dude. You can't
I'm
let
down
that shake
with her.
you.
I like her. I like someone that just is like fucking.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
She is too. She is. No. Can I? They sent me her email address. She said Hotmail. Okay, that's actually the craziest thing about her.
Hotmail.
She has a Hotmail account. Can I get screen grabs
Yeah,
of the emails she sent about me?
the psycho emails.
Huh?
Has anyone actually died from corona?
She'll put them on the internet. Benton is like, please don't start this. Am I starting
no.
a YouTube beef?
Okay,
See, I'm not in the YouTube
she's friends
world.
with us. She's not gonna beef with you.
Yeah.
Benton, don't ruin the fun.
I like her.
You tell
And when people
Benton.
don't like me, it makes me like them more.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I'm like, good call.
I have some exciting news for you, Whitney.
Really?
Pull this up, Ian, right here that I've got highlighted. You have a 5 out of 5 stars on WikiFeet.
Oh.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I believe it's so weird in this world. I feel like I deserve more on a lot of things, but I feel like I deserve less in this area. This is the only area of my career where I feel like I deserve less.
So you're aware of your high rating?
Yes, because Taylor Tomlinson, a comedian, tried to step to me. Sorry for the pun. And she was like, I have a 4.5 on WikiFeet. And I was like, bitch, let's see what I have. And I realized I had 5 out of 5.
Yeah, fuck her. She's disgusting.
What do you think it is? Because my feet are...
Oh, that's going to go on Wiki. Here, do me a favor. That is going to be up on WikiFeet before this episode. Like
This?
the minute this is up. Oh,
What do you think it is
They're
about
gonna come
them?
all over their fucking...
Come on.
They're
But
going
what
to
do you
come
think
all
it
over the
is?
keyboards. Well,
Let's see. I mean,
this-
yeah.
Hold on. This toenail fell off.
Oh, no.
Hold
Did
on,
you just
hold on, Whitney.
puke,
If you
Ethan?
listen closely, you can hear the splatters of 1,000 cum shots hitting the keyboard.
Of 1,000 men you're pissing on girls' faces. So this, I feel like
God.
this toe is as long as this one. It's like an ET toe, and I feel like it's gross.
Some people
And
like
then I
that.
have-
So I've learned a lot about it because I'm on WikiFeet now. So there's the
Okay.
Roman toe formation and the Greek toe formation. I know it's
I-
way too much. So you have a really good Greek toe formation, which is when the second, the second one is bigger than the big toe, right?
It's like as long, I would say. Fuck.
It looks longer for
But
me.
what is it? What is your theory on why guys are into feet? It's because they look like little dicks.
No, I think it's the demeaning. They like the whole.
It's not just guys, apparently, right?
Oh yeah, women love it. Women love
I have
it
a
too.
high arch.
Oh, look at that.
That's apparently a big deal that I have a high
Ooh,
arch.
Damn.
That arch.
But you know, the other theory, I had this neuroscientist on the podcast, was that when kids, when babies crawl around, Hila, you should listen very intently to this. When they can't get their mom's attention, they see their feet and they develop a fetish because they're crawling
What?
and they're falling.
That seems like
I
such
don't
a
believe
stretch.
that.
Yeah.
And they see their mom's feet and they get obsessed with them because they equate it with their mom's attention, but they're crawling babies.
I think it's a dominance thing too. Because like if somebody's interacting with your feet on a sexual level, they're degrading themselves. Feet are dirty, they're worn on. It's like you step on somebody. It's that whole thing.
So it's men that want to be dominated.
Yeah, and vice versa.
They want to be treated like shit or something. What is that though? That's something to their mom dropped the ball.
Yeah,
But also, I mean, there's a lot of people that are just looking for beautiful feet, right? They're just like analyzing it. No,
it's sexual. You think someone's just spending their free time there? They're jerking off.
Maybe.
I find it more disturbing that someone's just looking there in a non-sexual way. If they're just like,
that's actually way more disturbing.
They're like, oh shit. 4 point. They're like, Whitney, 4.8.
I don't like people touching my feet. I would rather have a guy eat my ass than suck my toes.
There's gonna be a lot of people disappointed to hear that.
My asshole smells better than at this point. But there are guys that want to suck on feet.
Oh yeah.
Have you had that happen to you?
But do you not think they're kind of trying to suck little dicks? They're not little.
No, really? That was your thought?
That is so funny.
I mean, that's such a little dick. It's like a really little dick.
That's what I'm saying.
So
go with me. Let's full QAnon this shit.
Okay. So then the foot is just basically a dick tree.
No, I think it's more of a well manicured type deal.
Really?
Yeah.
Zach's also some true foot fetish.
Some people are also into like the smells. Yeah. Like, sometimes you can get off to the smells, which I personally have.
Whoa. Stop the motherfucking clock. You smell feet?
Occasionally, I've been known to smell feet, yeah.
Holy shit, Zach.
So you like stinky feet?
No, it's just kind of like
musky.
I guess you could compare it to like smelling a girl's underwear after a day of her wearing it. Bro. I guess would be more of a comparison.
Bro, we've been talking about feet for like a month. How are we only learning this right now?
Bro, you do that?
What, the panties thing?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, Zach, you're such a gnarly dude. I love it.
What? So you're into like discharge?
No, there's just like, I don't know. There's something about like a woman's natural scent that I find very attractive.
Let me ask you something. Do you have sex with girls on their periods?
Sure.
Yeah, he even calls it red wings, right?
Yeah, he's
getting your wings.
He says that, but he says the red wings. Isn't that when you eat out a girl on her period?
Yeah.
That's the worst.
You're dope. You're gnarly, dude.
Wait, Whitney, wouldn't you find it liberating if a guy like Zach comes along and he's like, I worship every part of your body. You are insecure about your feet. I love your feet. I want to smell them. So, like, it makes you feel more secure.
I would call the police. Immediately would call my security company. Yeah, no, I just don't think we need to go. I'm not insecure about my feet. Like, I just know what purpose they're supposed to serve, and it's to climb rocks and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird because they're so ugly. There's something just like odd about it.
Hey, Zach, you ever pee on a girl?
In the shower one time, yeah.
One time?
Did she know you were peeing on her?
Yeah, she was into it.
Was it sexual or funny?
No, it was sexual. It was definitely sexual, yeah. It's a good time.
Where did you pee on her
What
body?
do you get out of it?
Where did you pee on her?
What do you think?
Where did you pee on her body?
Her boobs. It was like she was on her knees and like I peed on her boobs, yeah.
So Whitney asked, what do you get out of it?
So disrespectful.
No, because I'm a very respectable. I respect women. I don't demean them. I treat them right. I grew up that way. However,
that's like literally what a psychopath says.
I don't know.
I respect women. Don't have to run around being like, I respect women.
I didn't.
I peed on a woman's tits. I was raised right.
He has a good point.
gonna have to censor like 75% of this episode. I'm telling you.
I'm like back in the game, and I just have lots of questions. Thank you. You're an ill man, but yeah, I'm single again. I think last
Okay,
time I saw
Zach,
you
turn off your camera. Thank you.
DM me, Zach. How old is he?
Out?
Zach is.
I'm good.
23.
Zach, how old are
you're
you?
23?
Yeah, I'm 23.
I don't think
Way too old for
he
me.
lives with his parents. I hate to give it away, but he lives with his parents.
That's the kinkiest thing you've said so far. No wonder
Sorry,
you're into
Zach.
fucking toes. Okay, I don't think I realized how young you are. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. We're pussies, dude. I mean, the shit that's going down is totally wild. I mean, and also I hooked up with this guy who's a doctor. He's a vet. He's my vet. And the choking, in porn, like it's always like, I'm going to choke you.
You hooked up with your vet?
Yeah.
Wait, continue the story because I want to circle back to that.
Yeah. But it's like, I was like, well, during the pandemic, I was like, let me just hook up with doctors only. They seem to know what they know about the droplets. Like, I feel like they'll know. Like, I felt weird hooking up with anyone that wasn't a medical professional during a pandemic.
Sure. He's a vet, though, to be fair.
He is a vet, to be fair. Dogs did have COVID, to be fair. There were some cases.
But are vets doctors? I mean, we're going to split hairs here.
I don't know. You're the one whose dog just puked up hair. So
then I don't think you fucked the doctor, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think you fucked the vet. And I don't want to like take away anything from your achievements, but
it's like a doctor that's not a psychopath.
It's
to me, that's
yeah.
It's like a poor doctor.
A poor doctor, right?
It defeats the whole purpose of dating a doctor.
Yeah.
They don't make any money.
Well, if you fucked a chiropractor, would you say you fucked a doctor?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Good.
That's like pseudoscience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking like a crystal guy. That's like fucking a massage therapist.
Okay. Good. We're on the same page.
Do you even need a degree to be a chiropractor?
No. It's bullshit.
I went to a chiropractor and it fucked up my entire body. He had me hang like in a head. I mean, it might have been a sexual thing now that I look back at it. I think I was molested. I'm coming forward. It was like he wrapped my head in a leather thing and hung me off the ground. And I had to just
fuck?
I was like, how is this legal? This is not science.
Oh my God.
I feel like everybody who has back pain will try the chiropractor because they're like, fuck it,
Because so many people recommend them. Like I had the person that I was exercising with was saying, oh, you got to go to this person. I sent everyone to them. And then even my doctor one time sent me to acupuncture.
I couldn't believe it. Acupuncture. A real doctor sent her to do acupuncture.
A doctor at Kaiser sent me to acupuncture. Like how...
That's freaky.
But also, let's circle back to Kaiser in a second because I fell off a horse once and...
Whoa. I thought you didn't ride him.
I wasn't riding it. I was fucking it.
Plot holes.
Dry humping it. And... Well, it was bareback, which is why I was like fell off so easily and I had no reins or anything. And I just like slid off the back and like cracked my L4, like one of my, and I went into Kaiser. I've never been to Kaiser before. I'm sure they're going to sue me for saying this. But I went in and they were like, oh yeah, you have a herniated disc and all this stuff. And I was sitting there for like 4 hours and I just was like, let me just like record this for Instagram because I was just like, I need some content. I've been fucking sitting here. So I was like, can I take a picture of the x-ray? Where I have the crack so I can post it on Instagram because they were like following me with going to the hospital and he's like, I'm not allowed to show you this. I'm usually not allowed to show you this. It's confidential. I was like, come on. Like he like recognized me or something. I took the picture and I was like, oh, is this the crack in my vertebrae? And he's like, yeah. And I looked at it and I was like, I think that's my IUD.
Oh my
God.
And he was like, oh,
what a
this
fucking
was a doctor.
idiot.
What?
This was an ER doctor.
Asshole.
What?
I know. So I think Kaiser's a little sketchy, but
I don't know if you've lost
God.
faith in all. I would lose faith in all doctors.
Right.
I was like, that little crack, like there's a little string that comes off of it. You know, IUDs are like, he thought that was it on the x-ray.
I hate that so much.
That's insane.
I don't like
wild.
Yeah, I don't like knowing that.
I think doctors are supposed to be infallible gods.
Well, I dated a doctor, a human doctor,
MD,
a couple years ago, and he said it's called a practice. That's why we call it a practice and not the championships, because we're doing the best we can with the information we have.
Wow, what a douche.
I mean, it's like, because think about it, like every year you go back to the doctor. What other douchey shit did he tell you? Well, because it's like, have you noticed, like at this level of our like age, things will happen where you'll go to the doctor and they're like, they aren't doing a thing they used to do. And you're like, oh, that wasn't. Remember when they used to hit our knee with a little mini hammer?
Yeah, that hasn't happened in a long time. Now that
wasn't a thing.
Right.
That just sort of, they phased that out.
It was just kind of fun, though. I always look forward to it. Now, I mean, I still do it.
What was it? To test your reflexes?
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't anything.
Yeah.
That wasn't real. They used to put thermometers in our butts. Like, there were lots of...
I had a doctor who used to spit in my mouth. That hasn't happened in a while. He'd go, stick out your tongue, and he would just hawk a loogie down my throat.
Guys are into spitting in your mouth. That's hot. I think that's actually hot.
Zach, you ever spit in someone's mouth?
Spit in someone's mouth? No.
Okay.
Never done that. Yeah.
What?
It's a shame. You're going to have to, add it to the
Oh,
list.
I thought you were straight.
I've spit on other places, but no, never the mouth.
Okay, that's not what we asked. Turn off your camera. I'm not asking for a list of places you've spit on a human being.
Yeah, I think chiropractors is sort of, I think, kind of a scam. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember I went to this chiropractor and he stood me up in front of the mirror and put his hand, he was behind me and he put his hands under me and was just like, see how crooked your body is? And he was just like holding my boob. Like, it was so weird. I look back and I'm like,
they're all freaks. Yeah. They're all
freaks. When I went to one, he was also telling me that he's like, you see how crooked this is?
It's like, shut
and
up.
then supposedly he just does something and that should fix you. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Dude, they come out the corner of the room like John Cena doing like a body slam on your back, and then they're like, you're good to go.
It's also like, but also when they crack your joints, like when you crack your fingers, which I do, it does feel better.
Yes.
Until it feels worse. Like, it makes it temporarily feel better, and then you get addicted to it. So it's sort of like you do feel a little bit high for a second when they crack your bones because the fluid is released.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, I'm going to stretch this muscle. I'm going to stretch this muscle out, and that's going to relieve the pain. And he's sitting there. I was there when Ela was doing it. And he was like, it's like...
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, dude. Enough of the bullshit.
Yeah, it's just it's deep massage feels good. That's kind of what they're doing, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, and then I just feel pressure to be like, yeah, that feels amazing. And then you've already spent the money, so you're like in on it, and then it's like placebo effect or something, I feel like.
And then a week later you have pain again.
Yeah, and you're just like, well, that was nothing. Apparently we do the most damage to our body while we're sleeping. What position do you sleep in?
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, I sleep really weird.
Yeah, you're a weird sleeper. I think that's why your back's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
How do you sleep?
I mean, I don't know. I fall asleep on my side, but then...
She's everywhere. She's like...
That's bad. Do you have how many pillows do you use?
Dude, it's when she falls asleep, everything is all crazy. Like, she'll fall asleep on her back, but then I'll wake up and she's just like... deformed.
My bed at my parents' house, I don't know why, like it had I would always somehow end up all the way to the edge of it and like I'd sleep like that.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
That's messed up. Dude.
Yeah.
Would you wake up and then be like, oh, I gotta go sleep right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, that probably fucked you up for life.
So you just sleep like a crazy, you fall off a bed.
Yeah.
You also crunch your teeth in your sleep. I can hear this awful sound where it goes.
You're grinding? Do you sleep with something in, like a mouth guard?
I don't have a guard. Do I need a guard?
I don't know.
Do I do it a lot?
Occasionally.
Because I asked the dentist one time and he said like you would wake up with pain or something.
So maybe it's not a problem. It just sounds gnarly.
But I
Have
don't know.
you had them look at your teeth and
Have you
had them look at your teeth and see if the enamel's worn down? I had that.
I was recently at a dentist and he didn't say anything about that. So I think it must be not.
I think you're good.
Okay.
How do you sleep?
Like a perfect angel every night on my. I sleep. So here's my story. If you'll allow me to indulge.
Here's my story.
What's your story?
Well, because I growing up had terrible sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah.
And I had a theory, at least I don't know if it was true or not. I think it was. Is that when I would sleep in any other position other than my side, I would have these horrible night terror sleep paralysis. And so I've been like absolutely trained that I cannot sleep in any other position other than my side. Otherwise, something terrible is going to happen to me.
Is it only one side or either side?
Either side.
Huh.
And so, but that being said, I sleep on my side, I don't move, and I never have any back pain. I'm like perfect.
Ethan is like a weird phenomenon. It doesn't have any back pain.
And I'm fat.
I feel like I've never met anyone that doesn't have any back pain.
Some kind of back pain.
I have no back pain. And I think it's just because I don't fuck around in my
And
sleep.
he also has perfect teeth. Like whenever he goes to the dentist, he doesn't need anything done. Nothing.
I mean,
It makes me upset because every time I go, they're like, "Oh yeah, we got to change your whole everything."
Which I didn't realize how much dental stuff is genetic.
Yeah.
Stop doing what the guys ask you to me to get.
You see any cavities?
Your teeth are kind of pointy up here. And in China, it's very in vogue right now to not only eat bats, but also shave your teeth to be like canines. Yeah. And I went over there. I was in Hong Kong like a couple of years ago.
What are we doing? What are we shaving our teeth to do?
Like your teeth in China would be very highly regarded.
Why? Because I have points here?
Yeah.
Yeah, these pointy ones.
Oh, really? I always wanted to shave these down when I was a kid because I thought it was cool when it all lines up.
It's very hot. What's your, do you know your genetic background?
99.9% Jewish, European Jew.
Which part of Europe?
Lithuania? I don't know, some bullshit. Some bullshit country.
Lithuania? Do you think that's how it's pronounced? Lithuania?
Some bullshit fucking country.
Because these canines are like specific to certain parts of the world.
Oh, really? So it's Eastern Europe.
That's not Lithuania.
Is it not? Where is that?
I think so. That's a good. I don't know exactly.
I think it is.
Yeah. I feel like that's like Middle Europe.
Well, it's like.
We started a geography podcast.
I mean, it's not cool Europe. I know that. It's like lame Europe.
Not like COVID Europe.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it's and you've never had a cavity?
I had one. I just had when I was a kid. I had one tiny little, thing. But
interesting.
I'll prove it to you.
Do you floss every night?
Yeah.
See, I really struggle with flossing.
You know what changed my life?
I floss every night and I still have problems.
You have amazing teeth.
You know what changed my life? These little flossing tools. You can do it so fast, and it's like easy. The string, awful. I hate the string.
Awful.
The string's the worst.
But can I tell you something that's going to be shitty? I was using that, and someone was like, "You realize how bad for the environment?"
Oh yeah, I know that.
I was like, "Fuck."
Hey,
I love those too, and then I felt like an asshole using them. Someone shamed me.
Yeah, I know that, but I didn't stop.
I feel like there's certain things we have to just do anyway.
Hey, Whitney, how much pollution does horse shit cause? Let's just floss our teeth.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, let's just floss our teeth.
And I feel very comfortable saying that I do not know the answer.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Have you broken any bones, Hila? Be weird if you didn't remember.
I don't think you would. You would know immediately.
I don't know if I broke my nose when I was a kid. Something happened to my nose.
Oh, really? What happened?
I was like in kindergarten. I don't remember.
And no one told you? Everyone's just kept it from you.
I never checked back on what happened there.
Yeah. I feel like we should reopen that Pandora's box and see the missing link.
Maybe I probably didn't break it.
Yeah, I think not.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. So I wonder, what's your back stuff from sitting all day?
Oh, I have also scoliosis, so I think that doesn't help for sure.
Are your boobs even?
Yeah, they're good.
Mine were crooked, and I had to get them fixed.
Really?
That helped your back pain?
No, it didn't help my back pain. Getting fake boobs made my back pain worse.
Oh, but there's an issue with uncrooked boobs that can fuck your back up?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes if you sort of have scoliosis, your boobs are just like one's up here and one, they're just like look like a Salvador Dali painting.
Oh,
yeah, they're just like in different places.
So it's gotten worse since you got fake boobs, you said?
They're super, I mean, they look like crocodile eyes coming out of a pond now. I mean, they're perfectly symmetrical now, but back pain
got worse.
Slightly worse because they have to cut through some muscles. So then you end up compensating with the wrong muscles, and then you have a little more pain.
There's a lot of weight there too now, isn't it?
It's not a ton of weight. I mean, they're not huge.
Right.
But yes, you are fucking around with your body balance. But apparently carrying purses is one of the worst things women can do. Because we're always carrying a purse on one side. It's like 8 pounds, for 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing too. So I've got like bags on my front, a purse on my side. It's like, of course my back hurts. But I did start sleeping on my back after I got fake boobs because you have to sleep on your back.
Oh, during the healing?
Have to so that it heals. Yeah, I sleep like a vampire in a coffin. And because I was also so afraid that they were going to like fall out. I don't know. I was just like weirded out by the whole thing. It's just like such a weird thing to have. And so I would like sleep with my arms crossed in front of them and my hands like holding them up.
Oh, wow.
And sleeping on my back has really changed. Like it's helped. Like because when I sleep like this, I wake up all fucked up. And,
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So my boobs, the surgery kind of helped my back by accident just because I started sleeping differently.
Maybe you should try sleeping. I mean, well, it doesn't matter because once you fall asleep, you're all over the place.
I'll try it. Do you sleep on a soft mattress or a hard mattress?
Tempur-Pedic.
I told you Tempur-Pedic. You said no. But isn't that the one where you control the height and the
No, that's a nursing home. That's a hospital.
No. I mean the firmness. You do it by a number?
No, it just comes. It's just very mushy. It's sort of like like you melt into it, kind of.
Oh, it sounds
like
soft.
It's super mushy. And then it's taken me a long time to figure out the pillow situation because your neck is everything. But I do a Tempur-Pedic pillow and I like kind of jam it under my neck so that my spine is straight. I know I'm a catch.
Sleeping is fucked up for everyone. That's what you don't like. Once you're over like 25, you're just sleeping is such a mother.
But it's so fucking important, but it's also so telling. See, you guys have slept with each other for so long. Like, it's so weird how different people sleep, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I dated a couple guys who just slept with their face in the pillow, like chest.
The weirdest I ever saw someone sleep. He's this dude. I don't know why it's stuck in my memory. He was a really weird guy. He frankly gave me like American Psycho vibes. I only knew him for like a couple of days. He was at my friend's house, and this was in college, so whatever. He was sleeping on the floor, just on the floor, bro. No blanket or anything, and he was sleeping like this.
No, dude, psychopath.
Like I swear to God, I was like,
Mindhunter.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He was like, just totally.
Well, it's like, do you ever get on a plane and someone's like sitting on the plane and they're just like,
I hate
and
that.
They just fall asleep. You're like, what the fuck?
They're pretending.
How do you do that?
They're not really sleeping.
Pretending.
Yeah, I think they're pretending.
Wait a second. I'm realizing the last 15 years of my life, that's all just people trying to avoid talking to me on a plane. Like,
yeah. Like, think about it.
Pretending to be asleep.
Like, if I'm on a plane and I'm tired, I'll do this, but I'm not necessarily sleeping. I'm just miserable and trying to.
You think it's.
Trying to go to a happier place.
Silent
Because
suffering.
if you went, excuse me, they'd be like, yeah, guaranteed. Guarantee you they're awake.
The idea that we sleep on planes is so fucking weird. like just flying through the sky, asleep. Like I don't think I've ever slept on a plane. I just can't do it.
Also, like the most incredible thing you can possibly imagine doing. You're 40,000 feet above the Earth, traveling 600 miles per hour, and you're just like, man, fuck this. I'll wake up.
Bored.
I'm bored.
Like I'm so relaxed. This is such a relaxing
Yeah.
experience. Inhaling people's farts and shit. It's too much. But have you guys done any live shows or traveling shows where you do it live in theaters?
We don't travel.
No.
We're sedentary creatures. No, we did a live show in LA and it was fun, but like the whole touring thing, we were just like, fuck all that. It's
Just not
worth it.
fun for you?
No.
Even before the pandemic was just not your style. Huh.
How's the pandemic
What about
affecting you?
I do tour a lot. I just did my first touring gig this past weekend.
The drive-in.
I did it out. It was fucking weird, dude.
They were honking at you.
Honking.
That's so weird.
Usually a sign of disrespect.
Still probably is, frankly.
Fuck you.
Don't think that's changed. Why are these tickets so fucking expensive? Well, because it's also in California, you couldn't get out of your car. So I sort of thought it was going to be like people that were like sitting on the hood of their cars, like, but you couldn't get out.
So how do you know if people are laughing?
Can they hear you well?
Yeah.
Like,
well, they have their radio is tuned to a certain station, so they can hear me, and then they would honk if something was funny.
the honking is so weird.
It's aggressive. Like it's also like 1,000 cars. It's not one car. It's 1,000 people just honking at you. But I must say, like, not to be a dork, there was something kind of magical about it. Like this resilience of like people were so desperate to connect and get out of their homes. And it was just sort of like, fuck it. This sucks for everyone here, but we're going to like get through it. There was something kind of triumphant about it. It's also was really alarming to think about, like, as human beings, what we're able to get used to. Because after like 10 minutes of the honking, it felt normal. I was like, all right. And then I was just like, it's amazing what we're able to just get used to so quickly.
Yeah.
You're currently on tour now. You're actually doing a lot of shows, it looks like. WhitneyCummings.com/tour. October 15th.
Come get COVID.
Oh, you're traveling, dude.
How did you feel traveling? You felt safe, or are you super paranoid?
I feel like I'm paranoid enough to when I go, I feel safe. You know, like I kind of like, I do the testing. I tested before I went. I tested when I got back. We did double masks. Like on the flights, there was no one next to us. The thing that really bothered me, actually, I hadn't been out wearing the mask for a long period of time yet. And it was just more like, it kind of made me nauseous to just be inhaling the same air for 4 hours.
I really hate it. I actually spend like long days with it, because when I go to the Teddy Fresh office, I mean, sometimes I'm there from like 9 until 4, and the whole time is with the mask. And
I'm like, I don't know if I just have horrible breath.
No, I hate it. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, I don't like smelling my own breath. I was like, dude, I don't want to know how bad my breath is.
It makes
and it's like, I don't know if I'm hot or cold. It's like everything just feels weird, and because it's like kind of stuffy in your mouth, in your face.
And then like, it's just, you're like sweat. It's like, is this sweat or is this spit? Like your face is like damp. Like, it's just swampy in there. Like,
I feel like I'm also eating less because I'm so paranoid of eating when I'm out. Like, I don't want to touch anything. So if I have food, I'm like, okay, how do I not touch anything?
It's just like everything is just exhausting. Everything is too hard. Like the easy things are now really hard. So it's just more annoying. Like I got back and like I'm good at traveling. Like I used to do 80 cities a year. Like I feel like just doing one flight from Denver to LA, I got back and I was like, I got to take a nap. Just like, just going to the bathroom in the airport was like a 20 minutes. It just was like, it's just exhausting. It's unnecessarily exhausting.
I'm so over it. You know, I was listening to great podcast, and the epidemiologist was saying very good things. He was saying there's a lot of good things on the horizon. One, the vaccine is a couple months away from being approved. So he thinks vaccines will be widely available by mid next year. And then there's also.
Then we just need people to believe in them and take them.
Well, fuck them. I'll take it, and they could suck. They could suck.
But if
eggs.
they don't, like, but in terms of like touring and stuff, like how, you know, because stand-up comedy, we're basically asking people to come exhale on
it
each other.
affects your
for
breath
2
for
hours.
your business. Well, so he had a really good argument. He was like, you know, if people are scared of COVID, they're going to get the vaccine. Because if they're not scared of COVID, they'll just go about their normal business. And if they are scared to the point where it's impeding their life, they're just going to get the vaccine. Because he said, you know, when he was a kid, there was like smallpox or some shit. I don't remember. But he was like, people didn't want to get the vaccine then either. But he's like, people are scared of smallpox. They got the vaccine. And that shit's gone now.
And then for you as an employer, so say you're going to go back to work in person, are you requiring everyone you work with to get the vaccine?
That's a good question. We haven't even discussed it yet.
I'm pretty sure
currently I require everyone to wear a mask.
Can we legally do that?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to be.
That's dicey.
I would strongly urge.
It's like prove it. It's like the new like STD testing. Like, have you let me see? Like, I would be like, I need some proof, right?
I would probably say if you don't have the paperwork to prove it, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, I think the mask is gonna be a long time, and here for a long time because of all the people.
Yeah. It'll be a few years, I think, before the virus is like gone.
Well, also it's like it also makes you realize there's a couple things we never should have been doing. Like we never should have been shaking hands.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that's gone. And that had to go. What? People still try to shake my hands.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Someone came to our house. What was it for? But he went to shake my hand. I was like, dude, no way, bro.
Like what?
Yeah.
Are we doing?
He's here with
I think people are still stuck in their old ways where they're like, oh, it's disrespectful. It's like, it's disrespectful to give me a virus.
Give me one of these.
But people need to like
what's
adapt.
Up, man? Just what's up? Like, hey, we don't need to touch each other. It's so weird as humans how awkward it gets when we don't touch each other when we meet. It's just like, it's just an odd.
What else is it that we've been doing that we shouldn't be doing?
I think this might not be you guys as much, but in my business, like we used to drive to a meeting to have an in-person like general meeting for a job you might get, and it was like half your day.
Right. Yeah, no, I've had meetings like that.
You like drive 45 minutes, you sit there, you talk and shoot the shit for an hour, you leave like a job interview, basically.
Yeah.
For people listening. Like, it's like an audition or a general meeting. Like, that always should have been over FaceTime. Or
Well,
never should have been driving for that.
Yeah. Right.
I'm now at the point where I'm like, if I go somewhere in person, you have to pay me for my time. Like, I now realize how much time we used to waste just driving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
With no promise of employment. So I think there's like that.
Yeah, I feel in like 5 years, people will be shaking hands and doing all the dumb shit again.
And also for dating, I know you guys can't totally relate. Like, first date, FaceTime.
Really?
Like, why not? Why not? Because
saves you some time of meeting some creeps.
Because you show up, you drive half an hour, you get there, and they show up, and you're like, oh, and I have to sit through this for 3. If we just like knock out like a 30-minute, like let's just make sure you look.
That's so interesting.
Within the general range of your photo. And I also like it because I can kind of see your place because I can't go back to your place for the first couple dates because I'm not a whore.
What about the virtual backgrounds? Did it happen to you that someone would...
Oh my God, that's so funny,
dude. You can't. That's so corny. Virtual background dating. Here I am in my mansion.
Because we had this really funny thing with someone that we work with. Like we hired their service. And we had a meeting with a few people, and one of them had this like virtual background of a really nice bedroom or like a nice.
It was like a kitchen,
home office.
Yeah,
it was like almost real, you know, like it almost fools you.
I had a crazy thing happen. I was on with someone like a business person, like a producer or something, and this wasn't a virtual background, but she had this like bookshelf in the background with all these amazing books and you could kind of read them. And I was like, God, you have such an amazing, it was all like music. It was like Jimi Hendrix and all these like beautiful TikTok books. And I was like, oh, those are so cool. Like, you have such good taste in books or something. And then she pulled out and went, oh no, this is a photo of a bookshelf. It's an artist there's some artists that'll do that. And I just was like, oh, I've lost so much respect.
Yeah.
When I first moved to LA, I must have been 22 and I was just like an idiot going to like Hollywood parties because I thought you like made it by like someone would just see you at a party and go, you, like, I'm signing you and I'm going to put you in the picture. So I was like at like Val Kilmer's house or some shit. And I went, that was the first Hollywood party I went to. I split my pants at Val Kilmer's house and I was wearing red thong underwear and everyone thought I was like on my period. And I was like, I'm not on my period. It's red underwear. I was dancing.
Damn, you got really low.
Yeah. I'm like a funny dancer. I'm like like that's my thing.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't have any money at the time, so I bought these pants at Victoria's Secret. Like, you know, they have like clothes like they used to, like VictoriaSecret.com, and they were like these like. Remember when like, were you ever in like a black pants phase, Hila? Like, that's what those were like our going out pants, black pants. You never had like black. He's like, no. You always like phase. Always denim. Okay,
yeah,
that was like my Euro phase. And I went to this some party at this like fancy agent's house, and there were like all these like amazing books in this like beautiful mansion. And I was like, oh my God, like he's educated and erudite and like has this mansion. And I left my purse because I was like a drunken idiot. And then the next day I like went back to get my purse and all the books were gone.
What?
What? It was like, that's so weird. There's a service where you can have someone bring you
No way.
and they're highlighted and dog-eared and it's like Hemingway and Oscar Wilde.
Is insane.
And they like books for a day.
I can't believe that.
Rent a fancy bookshelf for a day.
How do you live with yourself if you've done that?
Mirrored Hollywood agent. I feel like that's the least gross thing you do.
That's shocking. I'd be like, dude, you're fucking.
I was like, oh my God, are you moving? Like, what's happening? And then I was like, oh my God.
See, I don't work with agents and all these people.
You don't have agents at all?
No.
Man,
wow.
we don't do shit with nobody. I've tried, but I always don't like them, and I find that they don't, because you're in traditional media and our thing is different, you know, like.
No, you guys broke traditional. It's over. You broke it. I mean, if I've learned anything these last 6 months, is TV is kind of dead.
Well, do you need an agent to connect you to, like, if a network wants or has an offer or has a position, they go to your agent. So that whole thing is just kind of doesn't exist in our world.
Because they'll just come to you
email
directly.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's such it's really. It's amazing what jobs are becoming obsolete so quickly. You know, like I heard that when you go through like a toll road, you pay a toll booth worker, you know, like there's like a toll booth worker that takes like $5 or whatever. Mm-hmm. Apparently now that toll is just paying the salary of the toll booth worker. It's just canceling each other. Like it's not necessary. You're just paying for that person, but the unions are, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's kind of what's happening. It's sort of like these sort of like fake jobs that are these fake industry standards.
Right.
That are even the last 2 years have just like gone away, you know?
Yeah, but those agents take so much fucking money from you.
It's wild. And also it's made you realize like how much money artists weren't getting, because it used to be like, okay, I do a TV show, I make a TV show, there's executives, there's publicists, there's marketing people, there's like 70 people that need to get paid, and then the advertisers, like you end up getting like 4%. And then I started doing like Instagram partnerships and stuff. You're like, why are you paying me all this money? And you're like, oh, that's how much you always.
Exactly.
It just goes to you directly.
They can pay you way less than they pay traditional media, and you still make way more.
But you're just paying for the people that are obstacles to you making the thing you want to make. It's a bunch of people that are like giving you shitty notes and telling you what to do and who to hire. And you're like, why are you taking a cut of this? You're the one that's standing in the way of this being good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when we tried to work with an agent. That's exactly what happened. It just felt like it was standing in the way and like, taking a cut.
I was like, dude, and this is stupid. Goodbye. You know,
they
don't. And then,
you have a lawyer? Like, is there legal stuff?
I pay hourly when I need legal.
Yeah, there's like a law firm that we use, and
wow.
Because I know entertainment lawyers sometimes they work on retainer for a percentage, but we just pay because we have attorneys that we use for Teddy Fresh also.
But it's just per thing that comes up.
It's really not
when
that much
something
money.
comes up, we send it to them.
Like how much you pay your attorney? Like 5%, 10%?
5%.
That's crazy.
So you get 10%.
Not on the podcast or not unless it's something that like he negotiated the deal. So it's like in TV, which I think is changing very quickly. There's lots of like back end and points, and you have to audit and all that kind of stuff. So they are super involved in all that stuff. He, I did well in TV. Like TV worked for me for a while, but it's just like it's amazing how quickly it broke. Like I noticed it when I would go on like talk shows, like Fallon or Kimmel or these shows where I would go on to do like a late night set or do the couch or whatever to promote something. And then as soon as the show was over, they'd be like, hey, can you hear the elements for your social media? I'd be like, aren't I on your show?
Right.
And they're like, can you put this on your Instagram? And I'm like, I thought this was your show.
Yeah, fuck
Why
you.
am I
Pay
putting
me.
you on mine?
Yeah,
like
you
didn't
pay me to promote you, bitch.
Right.
I'm on your show. This is your platform. It just
They
how
started.
quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
So now
wild.
I'm going to do a late night talk show, and then I have to put it on mine. Like, I thought you were supposed to be benefiting me.
Yeah,
big time.
It's just get me on Hot Ones. I don't even do any of this.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Totally.
It's like but the numbers are just wild. Like if you really like look at the numbers, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like if you're going to go through like developing a TV show, and you're like, okay, so a hit TV show gets like my Instagram stories do better than that. Like why am I going rigmarole? Like
we were working on developing a TV show, and ultimately we're like, this is not going to be worth it in any way.
It just felt so discouraging on all levels possible. Like the work process was exhausting, and there's so many people to even just get to the first step of presenting it to someone.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna make less money.
Financially, it was like we'll make way less money than anything else we can do. It would be the worst financially.
It would have to be something that you really wanted to, like if you want to do like a travel show, or if you want like a docu-series or like animation, like it would have to be like fun for you.
Here's the thing though, I feel like I could do all that. I mean, obviously the logistical issue is really the most challenging thing in undertaking those. But ultimately it's like, what do they have? They have money to put up front, but I have that. And they have, like, I guess, someone to do all the logistics. But once you have that infrastructure yourself, it's totally worthless to you.
It's worthless. And I think you have to realize, like, why you're doing a certain thing. Like, it took me a while to do podcasting because I didn't think I was interesting enough on my own. It's an emotional reason. Like I didn't look at it business-wise. Like I was just like, oh, I need all these people to help me in order to be interesting or compelling, like I need like wardrobe and makeup and, to do it this traditional way and have a machine behind me because because that's how advertising used to work. And I need to be on billboards because like who would want to hear me talk for 2 hours? Like it took me a long time. Like what you guys do is such an incredible skill.
Finally, somebody says it.
This is art. I mean, you're just artists, this craft. No, but it is. It's like the ability to, have conversations with people and make people feel comfortable and not feel pressure to make everything like super highly produced all the time. Like it's just changing what people want.
And the highly produced product is not necessarily better for the viewer. They're not necessarily into it.
No, I think it's like I think people are at a place now where they'd rather have authentic and for lack of a better word, just like sloppy and funny and casual than like I think they're suspicious if something's too highly produced. I think it's the reason we have the president we have. It's sort of like, yeah, he's a shit show, but like he knows he's a shit show, and what we see is what we get. It doesn't feel calculated, and it doesn't just feels like I'd rather see like an authentic mess than an inauthentic perfect presentation, But TV, I think for me, it was like I never had like a family, and I just like the making a TV show is so fun if you have the right people. It's like camp.
Yeah.
It's like you're putting on plays with your friends. Like that's what I love about it. It's becoming a less viable business.
Right. Well, I feel like we've kind of achieved that in a way here because now we've got like what? Sure. Ian, Dan, Zach, AB, and we've got this really fun collaborative thing here. So, but just to kind of wrap this conversation up, Whitney, if I can go back to the issue of you putting your dick down a horse's foreskin. Mm-hmm. So, like, how deep would you say you go?
I would say if this is the horse's, like, it's like a fupa, like the horse, you have to reach it. I mean, sometimes what I'll do is I'll scratch its, okay, you guys were right. Horse people are fucking nuts.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Sometimes I'll scratch his back and relax him. So that his dick comes out.
Wait. Is he turned on when the dick comes out? Just from scratching the back?
I think he's just like relaxed.
Yeah,
I don't
relaxed.
think he's like preparing to fuck me. I think he's just relaxed and his like dick kind of, so his dick will like come out, which horse dicks are wild.
Oh, yes. You could see him from a mile away. I'm like on the highway.
And they'll come out and then all the schmegma will be on it and I'll just kind of like pick it off really quickly until he pulls it back in. So I'll do like,
oh my goodness, that's wild.
First pass. And then I get so obsessed with it, like I can't stop. And then I'll put my hand up in it. I would say like to here maybe.
Jesus.
Like to
and
the
what happens if you don't pick the schmegma off?
It's just like gets gross and uncomfortable for them and like it's smelly
You want to you want to take good care of him.
I think he's fine. It's more a problem for me. I more can't handle it emotionally.
So are you telling me that like cowboys back in the day, because they were like super close with their horses and kept good care of them, were they picking schmegma off their dicks, cowboys?
I don't know the answer to that, but I feel like cowboys were doing a lot of sketchy shit that we'll never know about.
That's just so, because you have this image of like these masculine frontier men, and then at night they're picking schmegma off their horse's cock. You don't see that part.
Cowboys are pretty, I mean, there's something very not masculine about cowboys at the same time. When you look back at like the super high jeans and they're like moose knuckles on one side, you're like, the whole thing's pretty gay.
Yeah.
Kind of hot. And it's like riding horses. Yeah.
Brokeback Mountain really cracked them.
Yeah, but it's hot. I'm into it. I do think that'd be I think I could totally date a cowboy. That would be good for me probably.
Yeah, I'm not into the whole cowboy look, but it could be good for you. Could spit. You like getting spit in the mouth? You could spit tobacco chew in your mouth.
Just lasso me.
Lasso your ass. Pee on you.
Saddle me up.
All right. WhitneyCummings.com. You have a lot of shows. This is exciting. Is this good, like, are you making good money from this? How is it in terms of like normal touring?
It's not as good as touring normally would be. Because it's less people and to put the shows on is so much more expensive. The overhead's so much more expensive.
Really?
Yeah. And it's also really frustrating because the tickets to me are expensive. I mean, they're like, some of them are $200 because it's per car or per unit. And
less because people.
They have to sell it by like groups of 4 so that it doesn't encourage people to like spread COVID. So it's like people are... So it's like one car. You're charged by car, not by person. So it's like if you're paying $200 a car, it's like, you know, you're gonna have 4 people in there. And it just like encourages people to kind of be safer about it. And it's also less people. So it's like the Denver shows were only 250 people because that's the max we can do. So we would normally do theaters that are
right. You wouldn't make that much money.
3,000 or 5,000 people. Yeah, it's just less people.
Yeah.
But it like I think it's important to like show that there's a way to do it safely and start to just like get the ball kind of rolling because we have to just start figuring out how to solve it and figuring out. I'm just curious what's going to make people comfortable. Like Hila, if you were going to go to the Staples Center, like what would it take for you to walk in there and go see a Lakers game? Would it be like you walk through like a TSA screener that like puts red light on you and you're disinfected? Is it hand washing stations? Is it 15-minute tests? Like we have to start seeing what is going to work.
Yeah, I feel like right now staying in your own car is the only way I could see to feel safe. I would do that.
What if there was 15-minute tests? What if to go to a comedy show, what if there was a 15-minute test?
No.
Yeah, I know. Those aren't 100% yet.
It's not 100%, and then all it takes is one wrong positive or negative, you know, and that person will spread it to 10 people.
And then what if you go to a comedy show inside and it's distanced and masks?
Indoors though?
Outdoors, I would
like, a
totally
room.
do that if it was outdoors.
I think outdoors is fine.
It was
Indoors,
outdoors, yep.
You know
But
what's the
there's-
problem with indoor stuff is just like with the Trump party. It's the problem is reception. Like what happens before and after the show. Maybe during the show everyone is safe, but what happens before and after, and
Wow,
how
we
do you
got
get
Dr.
there?
Fauci over here. Sure, though.
But I think we have to start seeing like what humans are going to be
gotta
comfortable
find
with. Like, is it
solutions.
the vaccine? Is it like it's just? I think we have to start letting the business owners like solve the problem.
I think if it was outdoors
with a mask.
With a mask, I would be pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I would do that.
That's what Denver shows were like, and it was like everyone was kind of far apart, and everyone felt like good and safe, but it's about to be winter, so
right.
Those are going to sort
just
of
hang in
soon.
there. I think one more. I think I hate to say it, but another year it's going to be probably before some sense of normality for someone like you.
I feel really bad for your.
You guys have it rough.
People in your category, like comedians, musicians, anyone that needs to tour.
It's a rough time.
I
It's
actually
just
think musicians
crazy.
have it a little better because you can do like live streaming music stuff. Like, I mean, I don't know why they're not doing more of it. Like
It's not
when
the
they
same.
Yeah, I
it's
wouldn't
not
pay
the
for that
same, not the
shit.
energy.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You wouldn't
I'll
pay
just put
for
on
it?
your album. What the fuck?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like when I've seen like Instagram lives with like musicians, I'm like, oh, this is like.
Yeah,
I
it's
never
like-
liked being in crowds. Like I never liked going to concerts.
Yeah, I don't like going to concerts that much.
I fucking hate like
think
live
concert-
music.
Yeah, I do too. I thought I was the only
You're getting
weirdo.
spilled on. You're getting like beer
disagree.
spilled on you.
I hate live
They never
music.
play the song
I
you
do.
want.
I hate it.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
It always sounds worse than the album, and there's
No
just a bunch of
way.
assholes, and you have to stand in lines to go to the toilet, and you have to pee in a porta potty. I would rather just listen to the album. It sounds better, and there's nobody annoying me.
No.
Can I be such an asshole for a second? I'm sure this is gonna get me canceled, but it's about time. I went and saw Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is like my favorite. She's obviously very
Yeah.
mercurial. She doesn't tour a lot.
Yep.
She performed downtown in LA a couple years ago, and she's notoriously late. We waited like 2 hours.
Hmm.
The DJ was amazing. Whatever.
Who cares?
She comes. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I was just like, fucking, I'll do anything to see Lauryn Hill. Comes out. She sings all the hits, like in 90s reggae, like Killing Me Soft. Like no one could sing along because she was
What the
singing it
fuck?
differently.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't want like she should be able to do whatever the fuck she wants. I wouldn't want someone to sing the same song for 20 fucking years the same way. But everyone was so bummed. We were like, we couldn't even participate. And I just was like, this is the one live music experience that I would fucking go to. And it wasn't even.
I've had that experience every time I've gone to live music. I'm just being honest.
Well, I have to disagree. I think it's so much more fun, and sometimes I love to see when they put on a whole thing on stage, and the stage is crazy, and
Look, you're in the majority.
Depends on your speed.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's more fun.
I'm not impressed. It's like, oh, fireworks? 4th of July. I've seen better.
And like the vibe of everyone together.
And I think it depends on the act. Like,
Yeah.
like when I was in Sweden and I went and saw that band, the 1975 live, because I love them. And their fans are so like cool and dorky that it was just like fun and safe. But then like when you see other bands, their fans are fucking shitty and annoying and dry. Like, I think it depends on the artist and the kind of fans they have too.
Yeah.
Like if they have shitty, annoying, like Kid Rock's fans are probably that's
Kid Rock. Now we're
Nightmare.
talking.
I used to think he was really hot. I still think he's kind of hot.
Do you really? Well, you might have a
Yeah,
chance
they're
with him.
He's like
How old is
dirty.
he?
hot.
Like
What does
70?
he look like?
I think he has like incurable STDs though, because he was with Pam Anderson. You don't know who Kid Rock is, Hila? Here, tell me if you
I
fuck Kid
had
Rock.
too,
I
but-
had the hepatitis. No. What's
Yeah,
the
he's got
one?
like hep. He's got like hep F.
Oh no, that's your type?
No,
Look at Kid Rock, bruh.
there's something just hot about. That's not my type, but he's like.
Bruh, look at Kid Rock.
I'd-
He does Trump rallies and shit. He's like, you know how they joke about how Trump has all these shitty celebs that endorse him? Kid Rock is a Trump
Like Kid Rock
spokesman.
and Scott Baio and Antonio Sabato Jr. Did you see the
You
Trump
want to fuck
sign?
Kid Rock? Hila?
I don't like his look.
Rate him on 1 to 10.
Like
He looks like white.
like 1.5.
1.5. You should hear his music, Hila.
his Sweet Home Alabama rendition is good, and Sheryl Crow's song called Picture is good, and I stand by that. And your fans are going to unfollow me, and it's worth it. I'm standing my ground.
I'm a hater. Everyone knows I'm a hater.
What do you listen to? Who's your favorite singer?
Hamilton music.
Stop! Don't help me, freak.
Like, what do you listen to? Just like
No,
don't help me.
Rent.
He listens to.
I don't know. I like hip hop, and I like.
Are you like a Run the Jewels guy?
No. I like the more newer stuff, but not a lot. I don't listen to music that much. I'm gonna be straight up fucking honest with you.
I don't ever listen to music around my house.
We used to listen to music more. I don't know what happened.
We're just busy. I can't really work and listen to music.
Yeah, I mean,
it distracts me.
But I'm very curious. Like, if you're doing a road trip, like, what are you listening to?
I would put on a lot of Motown. Or hip hop. I like Paul Simon. Yeah. I like the Beatles. I like.
What? The oldest conversation I've ever had. Okay.
That's it. That's what you asked, and that's what it is.
I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you not trying to be cool.
Paul Simon's awesome.
I don't know Paul Simon. How old are you?
You don't know who Paul Simon is?
No, I know how old. I haven't listened to his music.
Yeah, it's old.
Still crazy after all. Yeah, you know that song's a banger. It's not even act
Richard
like it.
Marx. Like, I know, like, Van Morrison.
I like Van Morrison.
Yeah. I like Van Morrison. That's like the oldest.
Bob Dylan. I would totally picture Meg off my horse's cock to Van Morrison. She gave me love, crazy love.
Ew, what was your wedding song?
Well, we had like a whole playlist that we put together. It was a lot of hip hop.
Release that to the public.
Oh, the song that we walked to. What was it? It was funny.
It was there was two. There was
Dude looks like a lady.
It was the Persuasions, which is an old
the Persuasions
doo-wop band, and they did a cover of a Frank Zappa song called
That's cool.
Fuck, I don't even remember.
Star in the Sky, or what is it?
And then when I stomped on the glass, we played what was the?
Why am I blanking?
Yeah,
on this?
This is really. Are you guys really married?
Well, it's been a while.
It was great choices.
Is this a hoax?
What was it? It was a remix of that one song.
Yeah. This is like when people pretend they're married to get citizenship, and they have to
she's
get
already
quiz.
a citizen, so you can't out us.
I'm just saying, it's like.
Are you going to report us to UCIS?
No, I feel like those.
What if it's revealed that this
really
is all
good
a sham?
decisions there, and I can't remember.
Well, they were super obscure, and we really liked them at the time. That's the issue that we're having with you.
I think you guys should renew your vows.
Oh, interesting.
That could be fun.
That could be fun because we never did anything here. Oh, the wedding was in Israel.
I don't want to do the whole aisle though.
But isn't it douchey? Like,
yeah.
Doesn't it seem kind of like, look at me, like.
But having 4 podcasts isn't.
Yeah, it's like, what do I got to renew?
Like,
I'm good. We're good.
I feel like it's from Seinfeld. They're like, if you don't have anything bad to share about your relationship, no one wants to hear it.
Ooh, see,
Seinfeld.
Sheila, this is why we get along so well. I broke off an engagement. I was like, I don't get getting married. Like, it's embarrassing. I don't want to. I'm actually really shy when I'm not doing what we do. Like, I just like the idea of people looking at me and giving a serious speech. Just like it, like seems. Why would I be bombing for my comedian friends on a Saturday for free?
So you broke off your marriage because you didn't like the idea of a wedding? I'm sure if it was maybe the right person, I'd be super into it, you know, but I felt embarrassed. Like what Hila just said about like, doesn't it feel like I'm drawing attention to myself? I was like, how much attention do I need? Like I had shame come up. That ended your relationship?
It ended, yeah. Yeah.
Because he's like, well, why don't you want to marry me?
He was like, well, it doesn't seem like you want to get married. And I was like, I was having a hard time wrapping my head around the wedding thing. And I just needed more time to figure out a way to do a wedding that didn't make me feel like ashamed and like
it's
an
very
attention.
weird. Like, yeah, I feel like even at the time it was super weird for me, and we were kind of forced to do it because in Israel you have to, like, the family. My family forced us to have a big wedding and do the whole thing because otherwise it's disrespectful.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, we wanted to do a small thing, and they were like, "No, it's not happening."
Her dad had this great move where he, we were doing tasting, and he cruises in and he's like, "This food is embarrassing. We have to get the more expensive shit." But he didn't pay for it.
We were like students.
Yeah,
we had nothing.
Didn't pay for it.
You know, and we are paying for the wedding. And he's like, you gotta get the best food. You gotta invite everyone. You gotta have the best alcohol. Cannot be embarrassing. It cannot be an embarrassing wedding.
Do you have to plan it all?
Yeah, it took months. It was like.
It was fun though. It was a great wedding.
I mean, it was a really fun evening. It was like a big party, and
it was like 200 people for Hila, 5 people for me.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And that's a small wedding in Israel.
Yeah, it's small. People do like 400 or 500.
700.
You know these people? I don't think I know that many.
They
I don't know all of them.
No.
It's like well, I have a really big family. So once you start inviting all the family and the cousins and then my mom's work people, my dad's work people, like everyone's got to come.
Wow. It's like open. It's like a rally.
So that was just Hila's side, 200, because it was in Israel. It was bomb.
I just got like overwhelmed, and I think it's also we do so much logistics. It's like by the time that I was like, oh, I feel like I'm making a TV show, making a production, but it's costing me money. I'm like, I usually make money doing this thing. It's
so
just weird.
But do you think that you wanted to break up with him, and that's kind of why you didn't like the wedding idea?
I think when the rubber hits the road, when you're like, when you're like, oh yeah, I would totally spend the rest of my life with this person. And then you're like, here's the check, the amount of money it'll cost to have the ceremony do it. You're like, if you're not willing to, you know what I mean? Like when it gets down to like contracts and legal stuff, it gets more real.
Are you richer than he was?
Mm-hmm.
By a lot?
I don't know. I never was like, how much exactly do you have?
Really? I feel like I would know that if I was ready to marry someone. I want to know everything about them.
You said you're like, Hila, how much cash do you have?
Yeah, we were already sharing a bank account.
Oh, we were.
But we didn't have money.
We met when we had nothing.
We were broke as a fuck.
And then, oh, wow.
Hila helped me pay off my student debt.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool.
So when I moved here
before we were married.
When I moved here, I brought everything I had, which was like $3,000. So that was like everything I had. I brought that and we put it together in our bank, and that was it. Since then, we share a bank.
When we moved to Israel before we were married, I had like, I don't know, $25,000, $30,000 in student debt, and Hila helped me pay it down before we got married.
Have you ever had big disagreements about money? Like, is there ever like a you can't buy that?
No,
never.
We don't fight about money.
Never.
Always on the same wavelength with money.
Ethan is always like, he's actually always been like, oh, if you want to get it, you know, like.
But because we're really responsible.
Before we had a lot of money, like I wanted this expensive marker set, and he was like, oh, you should get it. You know, like, so it was always like, kind of supportive in that way, but we're very responsible.
But it's not like, because there's people like Trisha Paytas who will go spend $70,000 on a handbag, but we were never doing that. It was never a problem. It was never like, dude, we don't have money, you know.
Right. Yeah, it seems.
What
like
a good one though, huh? Can you believe this?
The best. I'm obsessed with.
I paid off my whole student debt before we even got married.
It's so fucking dope.
It was just obvious to me we needed to do it.
Do you ever fight? Like, what's the last fight you had?
I feel like now it's not really. I feel like we're mostly just after the baby. So it's like, did you wake up? I need to wake up. It's your turn. It's not really fights though. It's just kind of like, it's survival. We're just like, we have this baby and he needs to be happy, fed, sleep, you know, like we're just always around that.
And 2 dogs, by the way,
and 2 dogs.
Who are really needy little fuckers too. But the truth is, I think we're just both super exhausted right now. So it's like Hila said, just survival.
We're overworked right now too. Yeah.
It's our anniversary. It's our anniversary in
this Saturday.
What are you gonna do? How many years?
8 years married.
What are you gonna do?
We were thinking about anal. For sure, anal.
Anal.
For sure, anal. I was thinking about peeing on her, maybe.
Pee.
Having a romantic evening in the shower. We were just thinking of going to a nice hotel and leaving the baby with my parents.
I have some ideas.
You do?
You can leave the baby with
Really?
me.
We can what?
What?
Leave the baby with me.
Oh, fuck no.
Me and my robot will raise it.
Fuck that. I'll never leave my baby with the horse lady.
What if their baby have an eye infection? I have some ideas of hotels.
Cool.
I'd love to hear because we're not.
Yeah, we don't know.
I heard of one in Laguna Beach that someone recommended me, and honestly, that sounds nice, but I don't know anything about it. You probably have better ideas than.
Yeah, I've had
You're
a lot of
bougier. You're bougier than
gorgeous hotels. No, I've gone to lots of nice hotels to try to save failing relationships.
Oh.
I call them last resort.
It's the last resort.
Oh my God.
Just go and just and then when you're like,
I feel like that's a reality show right there.
The last resort. That's such a good idea.
Where people are just like, and then when you're paying a lot of money for a room, that's when the rubber hits the road and you're like, yeah, fuck this person, I'm out. Like, you're not you're gonna do this now here? Like, if we still hate each other in a hut in Thailand, we hate each other.
Right.
So
I'm kind of surprised by how expensive these hotels get because I never really stayed in like these really high level shit. Like the one we were looking at in Laguna Beach was like $3,000 a night.
That sounds crazy.
But I was like, oh,
Bruh.
It looks like just a hotel.
It's called. Do you remember the name?
The inn or
No.
No? Oh,
is it the one with the sun in the pool? The pool is like a sun.
it just looks like a big hotel.
It honestly, it didn't look that fucking extraordinary.
Yeah,
it's like
there's,
$3,000 a night.
Well, it might even be good to just get like a really nice Airbnb for a couple nights.
I don't like staying in other people's houses.
We had a really traumatic experience with
Dude,
Airbnb.
when we moved here from Israel, we were moving back here.
Oh
we were
my God.
so exhausted. We stayed. She was probably a horse lady, if I'm being honest. Looking back,
I don't think so. I think horse ladies actually have their shit together. She was like,
maybe
she was a mess. Horse ladies, they take care of themselves.
Okay, good.
This was like the early days of Airbnb when it was still a fucking shit show. I mean, now they run a tight ship.
Maybe you're right.
It was such a nightmare. We got here at like 3 a.m. or something after maybe spending 30 hours just getting here because we had a layover in the flight because,
Yep.
Anyway, and we brought everything with us, so we had a bunch of luggage and we told our friends, don't worry about it, we got it, we're gonna go to Airbnb. So no one was picking us up. We just took a taxi to the Airbnb and we got there and it was like a homeless shack. I don't know what to call it.
Because it was expensive,
It looked expensive.
But there was mold in the shower, like all over the wall.
There were like beds
sheets.
everywhere. It looked like, I don't know, it was weird.
Well,
like the living room had beds everywhere. Like they're ready for, I don't know what.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a hostel.
No.
We thought we were getting the whole house. There was a lady. She was there. She was there.
She was sleeping
in another room.
No, the whole thing was so disturbing.
We walk in. There's mold everywhere. It smells like cigarettes. There's a lady in there. There's like other people in there. I was like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, and we were like, okay, well, we cannot stay here. It's 4 a.m. We just got to the States, and we were like, okay, let's try to wake up our friends. And luckily, our friend Isaac came and got us.
Then we got in a dispute with her because we were trying to get a refund.
There's some like amazing houses in like Malibu you can rent for like a couple nights that are like they're like Airbnb pros. Like these are like
really?
Yeah. I'll send you some links. Tim Dillon and I were looking because we were quarantine lovers, and we were like looking for like places to go like stay together. And
that sounds really fun, actually.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, we were like, he was my quarantine buddy. He's been with me most of the time, so it's been like super fun.
Has he peed on you?
He hasn't peed on me, but he spent that time. I mean, I'd be fine with it.
He's coming on our show soon. I'll ask him about it.
Dude, he's the fucking funniest.
He's so funny, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I spent the entire quarantine learning about like adrenochrome and Hollywood eating baby dicks, and
Oh God.
I know it's been a weird person to spend 6 months with nonstop, but he's the fucking best. I think you'll like him. You haven't met him before.
No.
Yeah, Tim is like, he makes me laugh. He's like one of the only people I'm really good friends with, and I listen to his podcast like as a fan.
Yeah, he just seems like a super funny dude.
Yeah, he's like one of the few comics right now that like has the balls, like just with this like cancel culture, no one can say anything. Like he just it's helped him so much. Like cancel culture is actually helping comedians in a lot of ways because it's just making more things be off limits. And that's what we do is we just fucking say shit you're not supposed to say. So what PC cancel culture doesn't know they're doing is they're just helping us. And Tim is like a great example of that.
It's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't make fun of K-pop. Trust me. Don't touch K-pop.
Doesn't go well.
Trust me.
No, by the way, don't make fun of West Virginia or Detroit.
Oh, really?
Either.
They'll come for you?
Yeah. There's like a couple cities that their pride is like so intense that it's just like not worth it.
It's like dangerous.
Florida's fine. Texas is fine. Like they're fine with it. They're used to it. But there's a couple places that are like randomly like, oh shit, how did I just
That's
lose
awesome.
200,000 followers on that one joke? Like,
that's awesome.
Jesus,
Represent, dude. Don't fuck around with the...
like, do not fuck with West Virginia or Detroit. I'm telling you.
WhitneyCummings.com. Well, I hope you have I wish you lots of success on the tour, and I hope it's fun and good and lots of honking, of course. Tons of honking for you.
What used to be catcalling is now
even worse.
Just like how we receive adulation.
And
I love you guys.
Yeah,
love you too. And keep up all the different things you're doing. It's fun following you on Instagram.
We talked about this, Hila. Like, I feel like I'm having a mental breakdown publicly.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is my spiral, and you're now an accomplice.
But it's like pandemic time, so we're all kind of having meltdowns. So
yeah,
I think
it's perfect time.
It's perfect time.
Will you tell me if I seem insane and like unwell and unhinged?
Okay, I will. I mean, the pink hair was like, I told you, was a little bit of a...
Oh, you gave her a warning about the pink hair?
I was just like, coming from YouTube, it reminds me of like YouTubers, red hair, green hair, blue hair.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, are you okay? Hi.
You said
that? I'm okay.
I was kind of joking, but I kind of said it.
Wow.
Like, what's up? How are you doing, girl? Like, want to go for a walk? Like, everything okay? You're 38 and you just dyed your hair pink. Like, what's up?
Well, there you go. So we all need friends like Hila.
Do you have a miscarriage?
She asks me that every day. She's like, you okay, dude?
But like, you know what I'm talking. You know when you watch someone on social media, on Instagram stories, and then you're like, they go off the rails. And
yeah, you're not doing that.
No,
I trust
everyone.
There's people on YouTube who goes off the motherfucking rails. You're just having fun. There's people who are like out there ruining their lives for real.
Don't let me be like the hey guys. So guys, if I'm ever the hey guys person, please shoot me in the face.
Okay. You have
guys,
my
oh my God, I'm so thirsty, guys.
I'll just wait. You'll wake up one night and I'll be like, you told me to do this. Gun in your face. No warning. You told me to do this.
Look, let me wipe the pee off my face so you can shoot me in it. Yeah, please do an intervention because I feel like the pandemic.
I said it because you. I think you were asking me. I didn't just say it to make you feel bad or anything like that.
Yeah, this seems out of character that you unpromptly
I think you mentioned something that you felt like maybe you were starting to go too far because like I think it was 9/11 and you didn't notice.
Oh my God,
right? Like on Instagram.
So I was like, I'm too addicted to social media. I'm going to do less Instagram. I'm only going to post and get off. I'm not going to mindlessly scroll. So there was like, I had, for my birthday, we did a COVID tested, like hangout at my house. It was like 5 girls. We did like piercings. And this comedian Esther taught us the wet ass pussy dance where you like fuck the floor.
Yeah.
And I posted it. And was like, all right, that's going to be hilarious. Like, whatever. That's kind of out of character for me to post like an ass thing. And then I go back and I realize I had posted it on 9/11. And everyone's posts were like, never forget, never forget. And then it was just like, me, like wet ass pussy. Like,
That's
so
awesome. That's so funny. That's so good.
And I did it again when I did some shit with like my boobs or something, like super out of character, like sexual post. And I went back and it was Ruth Bader Ginsburg had just died.
That's awesome.
I was like, dude,
So next time I see like a weirdly sexual post, I'll check the news and see if the tragedy struck us.
Like not reading the room at all. Like, just here's my pussy. Everyone's like, black box, black square, black square, black square. Like, I just like, but yeah, I feel like during the pandemic, I've definitely lost a couple. Like, it does kind of ruin friendships when you see someone lose their mind on Instagram. You can never see them the same way.
Yeah, you haven't lost your mind yet.
No, or just like when you lose respect for someone.
We're not there yet.
Don't let me go there. Don't let me hey guys my way into not being friends with you anymore.
We will not.
I love about you. I love our new friendship, Ela, because I can ask you something and you tell me the truth.
Yes. Yeah. No. Ask me anything. Sometimes I worry that I do that too. Like I'm too honest with. Like I do that to Christina and Tom too.
No such thing.
What did you tell them? You got.
I complained about the lighting on their set.
Oh, you did? You don't like the lighting on their set?
I said it's too dark. I want to see their face.
I mean, it
more.
does look like Anne Frank's attic.
Maybe that's the vibe they're going for.
It is a hovel. It is a hovel. I know. I went on there. I was like, why do I look like Steve Buscemi on your show? Why do I look like shit? But yeah, they do keep it very dark. It's like, yeah, I feel like didn't think about that. I think you're right. It is their vibe.
Yeah, we need to have a intervention.
It looks like their set looks like that Airbnb you stayed at. Mattresses on the floor. Just mold on the walls.
All right.
I love you guys.
Love you. Thank you for joining us. God bless.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
WhitneyCummings.com. And
I always feel
Good For You
insecure.
podcast.
I feel insecure coming on your show, but your fans are super nice.
What?
Why? You're a superstar.
Just because when you go on someone's show that has like a really big show and you're like an outsider coming in.
No, we're just.
Oh, I think everyone loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a friend of the show, alumni.
What? Oh, can I ask you one Howard Stern question?
Sure.
Ooh.
I'm a
Since
big
you're a
fan.
big Howard fan?
Yeah.
Right? They just asked me to come on and do something, and I don't know it as well as you do.
What is
Gary asked me to. Gary, how do you spell his last name? Delabate.
Delabate. Baba
Hey
Booey.
now, we noticed that Bigfoot never laughs. We want to put you on the phone with him for 3 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yes,
you should
do
totally
it.
do that.
To try to make him laugh.
Do you know who
Yeah.
Bigfoot is?
No.
He's part of the Whack Pack. He's like this total fucking.
He's like.
He's just such a weirdo. He's like super tall, crackhead, fucking. He's got like a 20-incher apparently.
He's kind of
and-
delusional, right? That's the guy. That because I think he recently was.
Bigfoot's
or
hard
they
to
played
explain.
something, and he was like, "Yeah, the government is chasing me right now."
Oh, maybe yeah. But no, you should definitely do that. You should
Do you
definitely.
think I'd be able to make him laugh?
Probably not. But I think it'd be funny.
So this
I
is
think it'd be a
No,
great
you
bit
should
though.
do it.
You have to do it. It'll be so fun regardless.
I mean, everyone
Yeah,
else will
oh.
laugh, you know.
'Cause
That's a
he's,
good point.
He's dull.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's dull.
Okay.
So he's not.
Okay.
He's not going to necessarily understand your jokes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't like just do stand up.
Yeah, you're going to have to get inside the mind of madness. I think to make
Like
them
I
laugh.
don't even know how to make you know.
I
like
would
I
love
don't
to
know.
listen to that though.
I would listen to
Yeah,
that.
So I think you should totally do that.
You gotta
Me
do
just
it.
bombing for Bigfoot.
I mean, yeah, that's
Gotta
awesome.
be better than doing stand up for cars in parking lots.
I wouldn't know how to approach that personally. It's definitely interesting. Definitely
Yeah.
interesting.
You were the person I was waiting to talk to about it.
You should do that. Zach's a fan of Howard too. Zach, do you have any advice for making Bigfoot laugh?
Yeah. So he lives in Vermont and he's very attracted to things in that area. So, yeah.
Actually,
What is that? That's
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Sexually?
Like he loves his surroundings, and I mean he lives in a trailer, and yeah.
okay.
Was that helpful, Whitney?
No.
Yeah.
I'm actually less prepared now. I feel like I know less after asking you about
He's infatuated with his home. That's what my point. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you'll succeed, but it'll be fun. I don't think anybody will. I don't think anyone could.
Yeah, no, but you gotta do it. You have to do it.
All right, I'll let you know. I was on the fence, and you're encouraging me now. I might do it.
Well, what are you afraid of? That you'll bomb?
I think there's no losing.
Yeah, there's no losing.
If you bomb, it's funny too because
that's true.
the
I
bit.
think there's a little bit of a like Howard is Howard, and you know, and like you're really more trying to impress Howard.
Yes.
Right.
Like I'd rather instead of having all his fans think it's funny, I'd rather him. You just when you get in there with him, it's all about his approval. You just like. Time travel and you turn into like a 5-year-old just trying to get your dad to pay attention to you. Like it just you regress emotionally.
It's not necessarily a pleasant experience. You think it's stressful.
Well, yeah, because it's like it's how you just want him to go. You don't want him to go like, oh, that was a disaster.
No, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it would
but you know him. I don't.
Yeah, I do. He's like a friend too, which makes it a little embarrassing. But
so don't
yeah,
do it.
We'll see.
Fuck it. Just say fuck you, Gary Baba Booey.
No, I think I'll do. I just like to know how something's gonna go.
You're gonna bomb. I'll tell you right now. That'll be
that
fun.
is actually kind of liberating. Just like I'm gonna bomb and just go for it.
Yeah.
See, that's actually the best advice you can give. If you were like you're gonna kill, I'd be like I can't do this.
No, you're gonna bomb.
Like, you're gonna bomb. We already know it's gonna suck. Now just go have fun and be an idiot.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing
the approach.
Yeah. That's the approach. That's nothing to lose.
You have nothing to lose.
Okay. I love you guys.
All right, take care. Thanks for calling.
Thank you for
I
hope that was good.
Yeah, it was
I can't wait for all the dick pics. Send me your dick pics, everyone.
Let's get them out there. She even rates them for free. That's a premium service.
I'm lonely.
All right. Bye, Whitney.
Bye.